we are going to give you a breakdown of each and everything and how much it costs you to build a structure like this. Why wood and not metal?
The reason why we have used wood is we have used a lot of stones to raise up the floor so that it can be up to this level. The reason why we have it at this level is because
why have you used this horizontal?
This is to save on the timber.
So it seems like the cost of a farm depends first not only on the material, but on
that is where you really need to have a good contractor who is familiar with everything about building for cows, someone who has also been a farmer. For this specific farmer, I advised him on how we can start by building a nice structure. And then after this one,
what are some important factors that affect the cost of a dairy farm?
The cost of construction may differ depending on if you're building a wooden structure for 10 cows, it will cost you about...
What about for like 30 cows, like for this structure?
For this one, for 30 cows, this one, as you can see, it is wooden. It has costed the owner about...
If you have quality materials and you build it in the right way, you're assured of 5 years.
5 years guarantee and or more.
Hello farmers, welcome to Agri Business Insider. Today we are in Githunguri, where we are going to take you through the cost of starting a successful dairy farm. And who else can do this better apart from someone you know? We had shot a video earlier about breeding and dairy, and today we have the same. If you have not watched that video first, make sure that you click it on the top right hand side. You are going to see that link attached there. Go and watch that video. Today we are going to talk to Alex, who is going to take us through what he is doing on this very beautiful farm that he is contracting here. So, Bwana Alex.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Let me welcome you first. As you can see here, we are building a new structure. This is a new shed. It is a cow. It will accommodate about 30 cows all the way down there. So let me take you through to what we have been doing, how far we are with the project, and I will be explaining how much it has costed the farmer up to this point.
Okay. Amazing.
So this is the entrance. This is your way in to the shed. What we have here at the entrance, we have a trough here. This is a water trough that we're going to put water here. The reason why we have put tiles here on top of this, we have covered it with tiles, is because we would like to maintain the cleanliness. So every day, the workers should be able to clean the trough, and the cows should be able to drink clean water every day.
So that the contrasting white color will show when there is dirt in the water.
Yes, it will show all the way down to the trough. Yes.
And that's, guys, as you can see, that the construction is still going on. That's why you can see some of the materials and the tools for building. And I see here we have a metallic gate.
This is just a simple gate. It doesn't have to be fully closed. It's good you make sure everything you're putting in your shed is very well ventilated, because we need a lot of air coming inside. So the reason why the gate is this simple, we are just protecting the animals from going outside, but still the gate is doing its work.
So this is not more of security.
It's not more of security.
Restricting the movement.
Exactly.
Amazing. Make sure that you stay with us, because after showing you this structure, we are going to give you a breakdown of each and everything and how much it costs you to build a structure like this for. You have said how many cows?
For 30 cows.
For 30 cows?
Yes.
If I may ask you, Bwana Alex, why did you choose this? Why wood and not metal?
The reason why we have used wood it is because wood won't use a lot of money. It will save a lot of cost. That's why we have used wood. This specific person wanted to use wood because it will save him on the cost. Yes.
Okay. And also I see there is this reinforcement. What is the purpose of this one?
The purpose of this plastic thing you can see here, it is protects this wood from being, the cow dung is splashing all over. So when this wood is covered with cow dung, it will rot very fast. It will tend to rot. So that's why we have used this plastic thing. It can protect the wood all the way to this level.
One thing that we ought to utilize is the space.
Yes. Because
we are in an area where space is very limited. So how big should be this working area?
The working area, it will depend. For the length, it will depend on how many cows you want to accommodate in that structure. But for the width, no matter the number of cows, it should be about 10 feet. From where the cows are sleeping up to where the cows are eating. That is where the working area is.
Okay.
And it should be open like this to let sunlight come all the way inside, so that also the cows need sunlight, so it should be open like this. Yes.
Amazing. And also I see the flooring, you have made some lines.
The reason why we have these patterns are to protect the cows from sliding. You may have a cow that is very jumpy and playful. It could be jumping from from end to end of the shed. It may slide while it is jumping and playing.
Especially the heifers.
Or maybe when they are fighting. A cow may run from the other cow from that side to this other side, and maybe it can slide on in the process. That's why we have put this type of patterns to protect the cows from sliding. Yes. If maybe you would like to roof the working area, I would advise maybe you use the transparent roofing sheets. There are those roofing sheets that can pass light. That one can be good if in case you want to roof the working area. And the reason why most people roof the working area is when they have excess cows. The cows are already, the sleeping palace where the cows are sleeping, they're already filled up. You need to accommodate other cows here at the working area. So you would need to roof the working area with transparent iron sheets, and then you're going to spread sawdust so that the cows also at the working area, they'll be able to sleep comfortably. Yes.
Amazing. For this type of feeding troughs, on the other farm, you told us that you avoided these structures because of the cost of maintenance. And which is the best material to use like for this feeding area? Because I saw you had used the plastic drums.
In this specific farm, we have used stones because this client already had the stones available. But in most cases, I would recommend you use the plastic drums. Those ones are easy to clean, they are easy to maintain, and they are very durable. Very durable.
So it depends with the cost of the material that you have available for you.
Yes.
At the moment.
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Alex, I see that the floor is raised at this end and it slants downwards.
Yes.
What kind of things are you utilizing to come up with this structure that will make the farm run efficiently?
We have used a lot of stones to raise up the floor so that it can be up to this level. The reason why we have it at this level is because we needed it to be high on this end of the shed, and so that when a cow maybe urinates from this end, it will flow all the way to the end of the shed. No urine should stop anywhere in your shed. It should be able to flow all the way from end to the other end.
And I see you have used this design, whereby on the sides, the timber is slanted. Why have you used this horizontal?
This is to save on the timber, because if we move it like, if we put them like this, they are going to, it is going to take a lot of it. Now we have done that to save on the timber. Yes.
So it seems like the cost of a farm depends first, not only on the material, but on how you efficiently use it on the farm.
Exactly.
In terms of how you're going to structure it.
That is where you really need to have a good contractor who is familiar with everything about building for cows, someone who has also been a farmer and has experiences on how you can build for a cow. For this specific farmer, they reached out through social media. They saw me on your YouTube channel, and we've been communicating with him, and he asked me if I could come to his farm. This land, it was just a farm with old structures, and I got there were old structures, and I told him we cannot work with that. So I advised him on how we can start by building a nice structure, and then after this one, we are going to come with quality breeds and put them inside here, and I'm sure very soon he will be having his returns back. Yes.
So anyone, if you want to start up a farm, make sure that you get someone who is able to understand, or who understands everything to do with dairy structures and also dairy farming. Because as you have seen, it's not only about the cost of the material, which you can deal with, but how you structure your farm.
If you would like to reach me, you can reach me through the number 0792 135 346.
Amazing. For every farm, we have to have a good drainage system, something that can dig deep into a farmer's pocket.
Yes.
So for this specific structure, maybe you're going to take us through how you have made it to ensure that you save the cost and the farmer also gets the best structure possible to sustain his farm.
Yeah, drainage is very important when you're dealing with it because some of these people, the lands are very close to their neighbor, so you have to manage it well, so that it won't be disturbing the neighbors from the other side. So like in this case, we have put it in a way that when the manure comes, it should rest here. When the manure rests here for a few hours, it should be draining the water that it has all the way through this tunnel.
Okay.
Like this, and the water is supposed to come here. Yeah, so this hole we have put it here because when it rains, there should be a lot of water. You expect the area to have a lot of water.
To collect the water.
Yeah, to collect a lot of water. So when the water comes in here, there's another pipe here that will get the water out all the way to the land, to the shamba where we have planted our napier grass.
Yeah. So this is basically the drainage area.
Yes.
Whereby you are drawing the water that is in the manure to flow away, so that now you can have good quality manure.
Good quality dry manure, which is easy to transport to the shamba.
And it makes also it makes it less bulky.
Exactly.
Amazing.
After the manure dries up from this point, we put it here at in this area. And when this area is filled up, when it has piled, it has formed a big heap. That's when we will come with our car and put it in the car. We take it to the shamba. Yes.
So here is the heaping area. Before transportation.
Yes.
Okay.
So the water comes all the way through this tunnel. There's a tunnel here, that's a manhole. It is coming all the way, going down there towards the end of our land.
And Mr. Alex, if I may ask, why do we have these manholes?
The reason why we have these manholes, it is to help us when the drainage blocks, we should be able to open it easily from these manholes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're able to unblock.
Yes, you're able to unblock. Point. Yeah, as you can see, after every 20 feet we have a manhole, so that we can be able to unblock it when it blocks. And also something you should note, you should not let the solid waste come through your drainage system. It is only the liquid waste, the urine and the water. The solid waste you should be able to collect it from where I showed you.
Okay. I see also here we have another structure. And there is a very important tool in a dairy farm.
Yes.
Which we have here. Maybe you can tell us more about this place.
This area is where we'll be chopping our grass. Specifically in this farm we'll be using napier grass. So this is where the area is, a small area where we'll be chopping it from. And this is a machine that we are going to be using. It's called a chaff cutter. After we have chopped it here, as you can see, we have a hole here. This is a big hole, a big hole that can accommodate about 2 or 3 trucks of fodder. This will help us store a lot of fodder. We don't have to keep getting fodder from the shamba. So we are going to put a plastic bag. We put a plastic bag from below there. We put our fodder here. We have to press it so that we can remove all the air and we can cover the whole thing.
Amazing.
When we first got into this farm, the piping and getting water ready was the first thing we had to do. Because you cannot build without water and also the toilet. So we had to work on putting up the tank up there so that we can have the water running.
Maybe you can explain to us what are some important factors that affect the cost of a dairy farm?
The cost of construction may differ depending on different factors. Let's say the availability of materials. There is accessibility of those materials. Also the cost of materials in your area. That one may also affect. Also the topography of your land. How the slopeness or the flatness of your land. That one will also affect. Also the number of animals that you want to put in that farm. That one will also affect.
Amazing. Different farmers are going to start at different levels. Maybe can you explain for us the cost of different number of cows per dairy farm, the cost?
Okay, let me start by, most people ask for 10 cows because most people want to start at 10 cows. And also the cost, it will depend on if you're building with timber, wooden that is, or you're building a metallic structure. If you're building a wooden structure for 10 cows, it will cost you about 700,000. And if you're building with metal, it will cost you about 950 Kenyan shillings.
For the same 10 cows?
Yes, 950,000 Kenyan shillings, that is. Yeah, and if you're building for 20 cows, if you're building, let's say, with wooden for 20 cows, it will cost you about 950,000 Kenyan shillings. If you're building metallic for 20 cows, it will cost you 1.3 million Kenyan shillings. Yes.
What about for like 30 cows, like for this structure?
For this one, for 30 cows, this one, as you can see, it is wooden. It has costed the owner about 2 million to build it up to this level. Yeah. And if you're building with metal, if maybe you want to build a metallic structure for 30 cows, it will cost you about 3.5 million Kenyan shillings. Yes.
So another important thing maybe to note for farmers, we have to look on the aspect of durability. So like for this specific structure, what have you ensured to do to maintain that durability?
The things we have done, like you have seen, we have painted the wood, and also we have treated the wood with those chemicals that will prevent them from being eaten by those things that make them rot. We have also used quality timber. You have to use quality timber, hardwood timber. And also that's why you can see we have installed these plastic pipes here to prevent the wood from rotting. So this one we are expecting it will be repaired in the next maybe 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
So it is going to give you, if you have quality materials and you build it in the right way, you're assured of 5 years. 5 years
guarantee. And or more. Yes.
Depending also on how you're going to ensure you maintain the
structure.
The structure.
Yes. If you would like to construct a structure like this one, or maybe a metallic structure, you can contact me. I'm a contractor. I will come to the ground. I will come to your shamba. We see how the shamba is. We see the topography of your land. We see the materials that you need to complete your structure. And also, we are going to work with your pockets. If you tell me that you'd like a wooden structure, I will advise you on that. If you'd like a metallic structure, I would advise you on that. Also, we are not just building sheds. We are building, we will build a shed, a store, a chicken house, and also a small office in your farm. Yeah, so you can call me Alex. My number is 0792-135-346 or 254-792-135-346 in case you're outside Kenya. I am a breeder and also a contractor. So after building a beautiful structure like this one, we are going to work together. I sell you quality breeds from my farm. I'm sure you saw the breeds from the other video that we did with Agribusiness Insider. And then your farm will be able to start giving you back the returns.